Now, the last thing that we left off is going to be the very last transaction, which is to do the owner's withdrawal for $1,500 from the bank. So, as we remember from the previous couple examples before, on the end of the 14, we also did another bank withdrawal for the owner. So in this case, that's the last thing that we have to journalize. So here we are on page 19. We're going to be, the best way to keep track of or to properly be able to successfully do a withdrawal is by writing a check. Okay, because it's a perfect trail of a transaction, but also it doesn't look like the owner is frauding his own company, right? He's not going to the bank and just ripping out money for no reason, right? We're probably going to write him a check because he is the owner. He can take out money whenever he'd like. So in this case, how should I journalize this? Good. Owner's withdrawal and checking. Okay. So here we are. We're still on the last date, which is the 28th. Right? So owner's withdrawal, what account number is that? And as we know, checking is 10-100. All right. And for what amount are we writing the check out for?
The
1,500,
1,500.
correct. 1,500. No. There you go. All right, and then we need to go to our check register to get the check number. Okay, so here we are. We're going to be utilizing check number 1530. And the owner is Bob Mason. So check number 1530 is what we're going to be using. So description or note.
Bob Mason withdrew 1,500, or owner withdraw for $1,500.
Okay. Check number 1530. All right. And now is the last transaction we have here on the general journal. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put a nice bar here. So I know that this transaction is complete. All right, and I'm even gonna have a title in here saying that this is the end of week 4. Okay. So save, save, save. Okay. So last thing that we have to do is just transfer these into the general ledger. Okay.
On my end, you're breaking up then?
Yep.
A little bit, yeah.
All right, just give it a few minutes here. It should be bringing it back here. So now it says here, so since we're already here in assets, I'm just gonna go ahead and go straight to checking. Check number 1530. General journal. $19, right? And we withdrew $1,500. Right? So then what is my ending balance in my checking account?
I have 68,1954.
68,1954. Good. Okay. And then last but not least, we got to go to our equity account. All right. We have an owner's withdrawal. So here we are. Check number 1530. Okay. General Journal 19 for 1,500. So therefore, this should bring my balance to be, oops, $3,000. Okay. Save your general ledger because, yeah, so we can go ahead and complete our trial balance. So that's the last thing that we have to do here for our is to do the trial balance, because we finish the journal and we finished posting it to the ledger. Now in this case, this is dealing with the owner, right? The owner doesn't belong to is not a customer, a vendor, or an employee. He doesn't work for the company. He owns the company. So in this case, we don't need to deal with a subsidiary ledger. Okay. Now, if you would like, you can have a separate list for, the owner. But at this point, like, he could do whatever he wants because he's the owner. So if you want to have the owner as part of the company, you can, it's in QuickBooks, we learned that that's going to be considered on an other name list. But in this case, not necessary because, you know, the owner doesn't need to keep track of his work because he can come into the office whenever he likes. He owns the company. So if he's partaking and running the business, then, you know, he can invest as many hours as he likes. Okay? So here we are. Now we need to complete the trial balance. So make sure you save your journals. Okay? Okay, and all you need to complete the trial balance is going to be your ledger, okay? And, of course, your financial forms. That's all you need to do to complete the trial balance, okay? Now here, I'm going to show you guys a new trick, or I guess not a new trick, but a trick that you could do in Excel, okay? Where, as you see, that every time we do a trial balance, notice that we are constantly, you know, typing in all these accounts after accounts after accounts. Now, there's a shortcut that you can utilize in Excel to make it so then it's much, much, much more easier, okay? Instead of having to type in every single account here, I can simply just make a copy of the sheet, okay? Like, not select all the cells and make a copy of it, but actually make an actual mirror image of this exact sheet right here. And all we have to do is look at our ledger and just plug in the numbers that we don't have, okay? So in this section right here, as you can see, we are on trial balance week 3 here. The one that we completed on this one says the 21st. So trial balance for the third one, okay? And then if you notice, trial balance number 4 is completely empty, okay? So this is what we're gonna do. You're gonna select trial balance 3 because I wanna make a copy of this exact worksheet. I'm gonna right click it, okay? And it's gonna give you an option to either move or make a copy. So I'm gonna click on move or copy. And then you're gonna get this screen right here. Now, in this case, if I just select this and I click OK, I'm just moving my worksheet around. But in this case, right, I wanna place it right before my trial balance number 4. And I'm going to click right here where it says create a copy. Okay? And when I click OK, you're going to notice this. Now you have a trial balance number 2 in parentheses, right? And here's your trial balance, your original one, and here's a copy of the exact worksheet that we just looked at. So this allows you to save a lot of time, especially when you have to retype all of those accounts in there. You don't need to. All you gotta do is just make a copy of the sheet and just enter in the numbers as you see it, okay? The formulas are all copied over as well, okay? So this is an exact duplicate of that exact worksheet, okay? Now what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna click on trial balance number 4, and I'm gonna delete it, okay? Because Excel does not allow you to make a worksheet titled the same exact. You have to make some kind of variations. Hence, that's why it says trial balance parentheses 2. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete my trial balance number 4. Okay? And I'm actually, now that it's gone, right, it asks me if, are you sure? I'm going to go to double click, okay, on that little tab right there, and I'm going to change this to say trial balance number 4. Okay? I'm also going to change a few little things here, like it's no longer the 21st, it's the 28th. Okay. And I'm going to make sure I save this so then my computer registers that I made this change, right? So now that I made a copy, I want to make sure I'm still on trial balance number 4. Okay. And now we can go through each and every single account on our ledger, and without having to type it all in, we can just go through each one and just make changes to that one. And it's not going to mirror trial balance number 3. It's actually going to, we're working on a separate page now. So in this case, we're working on now on trial balance number 4. So nothing will change on trial balance 3. Okay. It's a completely separate worksheet. All right. So that's one way that you could save some extra time there, is by creating copies of the worksheets. So starting from the top, okay, I'm going to go ahead and make this a little bigger, just so that we can actually kind of see it a little better. Okay, so here I'm going to try to drag it over. Okay, and I'm going to make it a little bigger. Oh, wrong one. There you go. So I'm going to okay. So let's kind of, okay, that's big enough, okay? So let's go ahead and go through each and every single ledger account. So the first one that we have here is checking, all right? So what's my account balance in checking? Okay, 681954. Okay. Petty cash drawer, right? We haven't updated it yet, so it's still at 500. Okay. Cash in and register should still be at 310. So here, this saves us extra time, because for the accounts that have not changed, we don't need to type it in again. It's already done for us. Okay. Accounts receivable, we know for sure that has changed. What's my account balance in my accounts receivable account?
256042.
256042. Okay. My medium cups for my business supplies definitely has changed, right? We bought a lot of cups along the way. Okay. So what's my account balance there?
270.62.
Okay. 270.62. My large coffee cups.
40595.
Okay. 405.95. My sugar.
$64.80.
my creamer.
538.89.
538. 53889. Okay. Office supplies, right? We haven't adjusted it yet, so it's still 150. Okay. Then we're moving on into inventory, right? We definitely have been messing around with regular coffee. So what's my ending balance in my regular coffee?
$91.49.
Right? My Supreme coffee.
$188.05.
Okay. No ceramic coffee mugs yet. We haven't converted our periodic inventory yet. Okay. Furniture. All right. Bistro tables and chairs. That's definitely stayed the same. Okay. No depreciation yet. Counter for the 1193.22. That stayed the same. Okay. The desk set for 65837 stayed the same. And the display shelves is the same for 57708. Okay. Next, we're going to move on to office equipment, right? Computer, still at 1834.84. Printer, still at 578.87. Okay. Let's see what's next. The cash register, still 649.49. Okay. Now we're going to be moving on to actual equipment. So first one we have is a coffee brewer. Yes, we made a change to this one because we received a discount. So for the coffee brewer, what is now my adjusted amount here?
45.05.29.
Okay. And then my coffee grinder has also changed as well because we got a discount on that as well. Okay. So how much is my coffee grinder? Right? 414557. Okay. Our truck vehicles is still 32,208.90. Okay. Our prepaid accounts is still at 6654.17. Okay. Our deposits are still 1,700. Okay.
Can you hold on just a second, please? Let me just double check something. You're on the coffee grinder, you said? Okay, thank you.
Right, prepaid amounts the same. Right, deposits is the same. Even goodwill is the same. We haven't amortized that yet. And miscellaneous expense, nothing. So there you go. We are finally done with our assets, right? And that was a lot quicker than typing everything in and putting in the numbers. Right? So now we are now moving on to our liabilities. Okay. So here we made a lot of liabilities, right? Because we introduced to payroll. So therefore, we're going to be modifying this worksheet by adding a bunch of extra rows and lines in here. Okay? So let's start from the very top, accounts payable, right? Let me make this a little bigger so we can see the numbers a little better. Okay? So first thing we have here is going to be accounts payable. Okay? Hey, what's my account balance in my accounts payable account?
$36.96.21.
36.96.21 accounts payable. 36.96.21. Oh no. I don't know what number I changed.
You're above cash register.
Yeah, it went above the cash register. What happened? Right there, under computer and in between computer and cash
Just give me
register,
one.
you put the 36.96.
It's supposed to be copier instead of the
Oh,
numbers.
okay, I see. Got it. Yeah, sorry. Like I said, my computer is reacting really slow, so it's not not as fast as like I want it to be. Okay, so 36.96.21. Okay, 36.96.21. All right. Next we have is Visa payable. Okay, what is my total balance in my Visa payable?
161526.
161. What was that? 16.
526. 1526.
Okay. Next is going to be my notes payable, right? We haven't made a payment to my cash register, so it's still at $649.49. All right. And then this is where I'm going to start inserting a lot of extra rows because in this case, we just did payroll. So therefore, we used a lot of extra liability accounts. So in this case, right, payroll liabilities is a huge chunk. So I need to add, let's see, I need to add employee FITW. I have to I have to insert all those rows. Now the rule here is that what you're going to do is you're going to select right here. So I have sales tax payable, right? I have that under line 34. I'm sorry, wrong one. I have that under line 32. Now this is what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to click on 32 so it highlights that whole row gray, okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to didn't even click the right one. So sales tax payable, right? I'm gonna right click and I'm gonna insert, and what's gonna do is it's gonna insert a row above it. Okay, so remember in Excel, if you are gonna click on any row or anything like that, make sure you click the number if you want to insert a row. If you're trying to insert a cell, then you're going to actually have to click on that actual cell, letter A. Okay? But in this case, I want to add a row. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing again. Click on sales tax payable, okay, and insert another one. Okay, and unfortunately, there's no quicker way to go ahead and copy and paste a bunch of cells in here. You actually have to do it one at a time. So insert that in there. So again, we have FITW, OASDI, HI. We have company FICA. Okay, we have company FUTA. All right, we have company SUTA. And we have workers' compensation. Okay. So let's go ahead and add all those accounts one at a time. All right. Now, by inserting it like this, right, what you're going to actually do is, since the formula is at the bottom, it's actually going to insert the formula there too, because in this case, the formula is me clicking a whole bunch of the whole column, right? So by doing this, it's going to automatically calculate that into your equal sum formula down below. All right. So first thing right here under notes payable is going to be employee FITW.
Do you not have anything on salaries and wage payables?
Nope.
Didn't you just pay Irene?
What does a payable mean? Did we owe her?
It's what we owe.
In this case, we paid her. So that's going to be considered an expense to us. It's payday. We don't owe her anything because we paid her already. So at time of payment, right, that's when we recognize that we incurred an expense or something happened, right? We had to spend money. In this case, we did not owe her money. But that's a good note. Keep that in mind because we'll talk about the salaries and wages payable during the adjustments. Okay. So in this case, nope, we do not owe Irene anything. We do not owe Albert anything. Okay. Because we paid him at time, right? It was payday. So FITW for the employee, all right? Again, your trial balance can have, abbreviations, shortcuts. You don't need to type in the whole thing as long as you can determine that this is FITW, right? You don't need to enter payable for every single one. But as far as this one, right? Your trial balance is just to test if all your debits and credits match. So in this case, making sure that your accounts are as visible as possible. Okay, so in this case, employee FITW, how much was that?
$40.16.
$40.16. Okay. Next we have here is employee OASDI, which is also known as Social Security. So let me go ahead and put that in there. OASDI. Okay. And that amount is for $33.73. Okay. We even have employee HI, which is Medicare. For a total of $7.89. Okay. Next we have is our company FICA, FUTA, SUTA, and workers' comp. So I'm going to go ahead and type all those numbers, those words in there. Okay. So company FICA, company FUTA, company SUTA, and workers comp. Okay. So let's go ahead and make it down the line. So our company FICA is 4162. Okay. Company FUTA, 62.
$32.64.
Correct. Okay. Then we have SUTA,
16.32.
and then last but not least, we have workers' comp,
$7.40.
let's see. No utilities payable yet, so all this stuff you don't need. Okay. Did we have unearned revenue? Well, the balance is 0, so there's no point to actually have to include it just because it's 0 anyway. It doesn't affect whether I increase my debits or decrease my credits, right? At this point, it's 0, so it adds nothing to my list, so I don't need to include it. Okay. Then we have sales tax payable, so I inserted an extra row by accident. So if you know how to clean it up, just go ahead and click on that row and you can just delete it. Okay. What about my sales tax payable? What's my balance in my sales tax payable amount?
$1636.59.
1636.59. 1636.59. $1636.59. Okay. Let's see. Interest payable, nothing there. Okay. Loans, right? Business loans, no. And truck loan, right? Still for $29,221.90. Okay. And we're done with our liabilities. So now we got to go move on to our equity accounts. Okay. So equity, right? Only thing I see here is we had owner's equity, which is still 30,000. No capital contributions, no income summary, but we did make a change to owner's withdrawal. So now the owner's withdrawal is for $3,000 on the debit side. All right. Now we're going to move on to revenues. Okay. Take it back from the top for revenues, right? Because we sold a lot of stuff. So let's go ahead and go down the list for revenues. Okay. starting with sales regular coffee. Okay, so here, how much did I sell?
Eleven twelve oh two.
11,1202. Yeah. For Supreme Coffee, how much did I sell?
The same. Oh, 1157.10.
1157.10. Okay.
And yeah.
The ceramic coffee mugs, how much did I sell?
1143.30.
Okay. My sales for the medium regular coffee,
4276.51.
okay.
4276.51.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you go back to the regular? No. What was 1143.30?
Was the coffee mugs.
Can you go back to the coffee mugs, please?
Here we are. Oh, wait. We did more than that for the coffee mugs.
1542.30.
Yeah. Hold on. 1157.10. Okay. Where did we get that number? Okay, so in this case, yes, it's 1543.30. 15, oops, 1543.30. Okay. Medium regular coffee is 4276.51. Okay. Large regular coffee, $52.62.40. What what
Yeah.
about the medium supreme coffees?
5438.16.
Okay. And my large supreme coffees, 6055.15. Okay. Here, sales returns and allowances was still 1996. Okay. Sales discount is, let's see, sales discount is still, oh, nope, it's changed. Sales discount is now 1879.59. Delivery income also has changed, right? We sold a little more stuff, so it's now 240. And of course, we did not accrue any interest income. Okay. So, cost of goods sold is next. Right? Only two things that we have here. Cost of goods sold for regular coffee. Cost of goods sold for regular coffee. What's the account balance here?
11.28 and 26 cents.
11.28.26. Good. Cost of goods sold for Supreme Coffee. Oops, there we go.
11.95.45.
Right? No cost of goods for ceramic coffee mugs yet because we haven't converted our inventory, and cost of materials are something we're going to talk about in the adjustments. Okay. Last but not least, our expenses. Okay. So starting from the very top at advertising. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and go through every single one. So starting with advertising is still 185. Okay. Next here are bank fees. We don't have any bank fees yet. Here we have business expenses still at 1,000. Okay. Next is going to be freight expense. Freight expense has also increased to $500. So freight expense is now $500. Okay. Insurance expense. Insurance expense has stayed the same at $195.83. Okay. Okay, next is labor expense, right? Subcontractor still the same at $18.90. Okay. Our temporary labor still at $252. Our business and license permit is still at $375. Okay. Our loss on disposal of asset is still $2,000. Okay. Office supplies we haven't talked about yet, but we will look at that when we adjust our supplies. Next one is payroll expense. So this is where I have to insert three more lines, okay? Because I need to make room for salaries and wages expense, commissions expense, and payroll tax expense. So let's put those in here once again. This is above purchase expense, right? So you're going to click on purchase, or in this case, row 63, and I'm going to go ahead and insert 1, 2, and 3. Okay. And first one I have is salaries and wages expense. Okay. And commissions expense and payroll tax expense. Okay. So let's go ahead and list each one. Salaries and wages expense is for a total of $544. Commissions expense, 140.18. Okay. And then our payroll tax expense is for $97.98. Okay. Next we have here is a purchase expense. How much is my purchase expense outstanding for?
$10.92.20. It should be 10.92.
Yep, 1092.20. I heard. Okay. Okay. Let's see what's next. Purchase returns and allowances, right? Is still at 22.24. Okay, so in this case, right, we need to update this because says it's at 984 when it should be at 22.24. Okay. Then we have rent expense. Right? No purchase discounts. Rent expense is still 1,500, right? And no travel expense, no utilities, no bad debt, amortization, or depreciation. So let's see. Let's take a look. Did we match our debits and credits? I have a total debit of 92,106.09, and on the credit side, I have a 92,106.09. And of course, I put my formula in here, and they match. It's 0. So that means we did our accounting correctly because our total debits and our total credits match. Okay? Yay. All right.
Are you gonna be posting those results today or the copies of that today?
Yes, because this is the end of week 4.
Okay, because I'm off. I know I'm off 3 pennies. I found one, but I don't know what I have the other
Okay.
two. So gotta double check.
Okay. Unless you want to spend the time now, we have time.
No, it's going to be because I have to go back to my ledger and correct that
Okay.
one too. Because I copy exactly everything I had on my ledger, and I don't know how you got on the large coffee mugs. I have 405.95,
On the
and you have 45. No, that's right. Yeah, coffee, large coffee cups.
what did you get?
I have 405.94, and you have 405.95. So my debits match your amount. My credits are over 3 pennies. And I just follow with you guys, and it's the same numbers. So I don't know what I'm getting.
Okay. So here,
On my credits, I get 92,000.
6,106.
Yeah. So what I'm off is my
Okay.
credits.
All right.
Something on my credits is off.
Okay.
Thank you. I'll just check out everything and then correct my ledger.
Okay. Okay.
Actually, if you don't mind, just running.
What?
Go ahead. Yeah, if you don't mind just going back to your like accounts payable.
Did
On your financial, on your trial balance sheet.
3,696.21. Did everybody else balance as well?
Yes.
I'm blank.
Is so Erica, is your accounts payable
Okay.
off? Okay.
No. Do you mind going to your sales regular coffee, please?
Sales for regular coffee. Whoop, there you go. Wait, hold on, I'm not even there.
12.
There you go.
Found them. Coffee mugs. You have
I
30,
had
correct? 1543.30.
15. Yep, 1543. For 1543.30. Yes.
Okay, so you're gonna be posting a copy of the financial statement and also the ledger, correct?
Yes, but in this case, if you guys give me like 10 minutes, or if you want to take a break now, I can post all the answers, and then when we start doing the rest of the stuff, we can go ahead and process it. You want me to do that?
Yeah, if everybody's okay with that.
Yeah.
Really
Or in
appreciate
this case, like right now, it's only 9:30. So how about I'll stop right now, and then um we can take a quick 5-minute break, and I'll upload it right now. Okay. All
Thank you.
right. So everybody else matched good. That means we did our accounting good and successfully. So now, just so here, right? We just completed, right? We copied and pasted our trial balance. Now, for the next time, as you can see, right, the next thing that we have to do is called the unadjusted trial balance. That's where, when we reach the end of a given period, we are going to compute a trial balance, right? Now, in this case, what I want you to do is we're actually going to be completing the trial balance, and I want you to use main accounts. Okay, so that's going to be key here. That so as you guys can see, right, main accounts are going to be anything in capital letters. Sub accounts are going to be anything that's underneath it in regular letters. So that means I want you to see having to say to use business supplies, like actual like inventory, like things like that. Okay, so of course I will teach you how to make a copy and insert all those things and make a sum, an equal sum for it. But in this case, what I want you guys to do is to sum everything up into those main accounts, because it's going to make it a lot more easier as we move down the line. I want you to start with the unadjusted trial balance, because then it's going to make your adjusted trial balance reflect the same. And then we're going to go ahead and when we reach the end of our accounting period and we start doing our financial statements, it's going to be a lot more easier to use main accounts instead of cluttering your financial statements with all of these individual sub accounts. Okay, so with that being said, I will teach you the next part when we get there, but for now, just a heads up, for the unadjusted trial balance, we are going to compute and complete a trial balance using main accounts. All right. So Okay, so yes, so we balance on both sides. So let me go ahead and save these worksheets here and post them on there, and then we could go ahead and continue on. Okay, so